Hey guys, it's me again. So today I'm going to be talking about the phrase, I'm a burden. This is actually something that I've found myself saying a lot lately because I just feel like I'm heavy and not worth the work and the worry that my family puts into me. Um, yes, I have a job in high school, but I don't really pay for any like gas for the car or anything like that. I'm supposed to save it all for college, and I have been slacking on my chores lately. I mean, right now it's Christmas break, so I've been really just lazing around the house and not doing anything, and it makes my parents upset when I do that. And so, I find myself to be a burden, and that is in, like, probably the lightest sense of the word. I've felt like a burden more times than now, and often for much darker reasons. Like, I don't know, I'll be emotionally unstable or something, and I'll feel like a burden from that. Or, I don't know, anything. You can feel like a burden from anything. And I feel like that phrase stems from the fact that we feel like we have nothing to offer the other people, and it honestly boils down to the fact that again, you kind of don't think you have any worth, any value to that other person, so you feel like you're a burden, you're dead weight. Because you think you have no value or worth. Basically, you think you're worthless, so you're a burden. And often, when people are dealing with thinking that they're a burden, they will push away from the other people, saying, no, no, you don't need me. I'm a burden. If I go, your life will be better. I have thought that countless times. I don't think I could even count how many times I've thought, oh, so and so will be so much better off without me. I've thought that so many times, it's almost funny. Except it's not. Ever funny. Because I guarantee you that that person that you're thinking of isn't gonna be better off without you. They're gonna be a heck of a lot worse without you. That's something that I'll never forget. After my suicide attempt, I learned something. I learned that no matter how much you think, your family members, your friends, whatever, no matter how much you think they hate you, they're not going to be better off without you. If you died, or if you left, they would be heartbroken, crushed. They would be shattered to pieces without you. They would never be the same, and they would not be better off without you. And so, it's just going back to the I'm a burden. If you feel like you have nothing to offer somebody, and if you feel like you're dead weight, you feel like all they're doing is giving, and you're not giving anything out in return, maybe reevaluate what you're doing. Like today, I was like, gosh, Alex, you're such a burden. You need to do something for your mother because she's pouring all this love and money into you, her only child. And what are you giving her in return? Sass. You need to give her more than that. And so I did, you know? Maybe I cleaned my room. Maybe I cleaned the whole house today. I baked her cookies before she came home. She's not home yet, but, you know, when she comes home, it'll be a nice surprise. That's what I can offer her today. Maybe tomorrow, I'll keep putting the dishes away. And the next day, whatever, I'll be pleasant with her instead of PMSing like crazy like I always do. And I'll keep doing my chores. I'll keep up with that. That's what I can offer my mom. That's a simple way that I can fix this whole feeling of being worthless. And I can keep saving my money. Find something. Find something in your life. And don't just sit there and think, oh, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing. There's always going to be something. If your parents go off to work and they work really hard, it would really mean a lot to them to come home and maybe have the house a little cleaner. Or, I don't know, you could cook dinner or something. I mean, you may not know how to cook. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to cook at all. Well, I can follow directions, but we don't know how it would turn out. Not the best at cooking. So you know what, cleaning? Psh, easy. I can do that. It only takes about 5 minutes to quick sweep up the kitchen, put the dishes away, whatever. I mean, I'll even do a load of dishes for my mom, and I hate washing the dishes. So, I mean, find something. That helps. That's a practical way to deal with thinking that you're a burden. If you're a very practical person who needs evidence to push away emotion, then that'll help, I think. At least that helped me today. I felt good after I cleaned the house. I thought, you know what, my mom's going to really appreciate this when she gets home. And she did. She thanked me and said, wow, the house looks really nice. And it felt good to hear that. And I didn't feel like such a burden anymore. And that helped a lot. But not everybody's practical like that. I also have my days where I'm highly emotional and irrational. And sadly, I have those days a lot. Not everything is so cut and dry like that. Sometimes it takes a lot more to remove the feeling of being a burden. This is a little bit harder. I, I don't know, because sometimes thinking that you're a burden is warranted. Like, there were things, I was shirking my work, I was slacking on my responsibilities, and so I had like a pretty decent reason to feel burdensome. No person is a burden, but they can feel burdensome to other people at times, if that makes sense. And that just happens. Like, when I don't do my chores, I feel burdensome to my mother. I am not a burden, but I can feel burdensome to other people. And that's just going back to the phrase of your failures don't define you. And so just because I feel like a burden to somebody doesn't make me a burden. So, I don't know. If you feel like a burden to the people around you, and there's no real reason why, my mom always told me to pull your head out of your ass, Alex. Which is not the advice that everybody needs. Because that doesn't help some people. It doesn't help a lot of people, actually. But honestly, the only thing I can say is you're not a burden. They love you. And there's always something you can do to help. And if that'll help you feel better about yourself, then do it. Find something that makes you feel better and do it. And I don't mean cutting or anything else self-destructive, because it doesn't make you feel better. It's just a big cycle of bad, and it's not a good thing to get into. So, find something constructive to do for your family that'll help. And that might help you with feeling like a burden. Maybe you'll feel like less of one. I don't know. Or just stop feeling like a burden. I know, that's crazy, awful advice. But, yeah. I don't know. It depends on every situation, honestly. Find something that you can do. I feel like that helps a lot. Just finding little things, helping in little ways that lead up to big ways, that lead up to not feeling burdensome. So, good luck with that, and I'll keep trying to do my chores so I don't feel like a burden either. But no matter what, you're not a burden. There's nothing, no matter how many times you feel burdensome to other people, you're not a burden. And I know it hurts to maybe know that you've inconvenienced somebody in some way. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, believe me. If you went about your entire life and never inconvenienced anybody, even once, that's amazing, because you always do it in some way. I do it. Everybody inconveniences other people in some way, because not everybody's perfect. You can't be a doormat for other people. So, you're not a burden, no matter what. No matter what you do, no matter what. So, I love you. God loves you. You're not a burden. So, stay cool, man. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my Tumblr page, which should be on the description below. So, I'll see you around in my next video, which, who knows, maybe that'll be another quote video. I don't know.